What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video on the Hooked on SuperCoach channel. I'm your host Fish, and in today's video we'll be analysing the CTW position ahead of the 2026 NRL SuperCoach season. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell down below. Also give it a like and comment down below your centre wing thoughts so far on the NRL season. But without further ado, let's get stuck into today's video. Also, if you haven't joined the league yet, don't forget to join the league. The league code is 847723 and you can join up there. Also, don't forget for your tipping and futures predictions to join our league over on sportspredictor.com.au. League code is 4H894Z6U and the link for that is down in the description down below. But without further ado, let's have a look at the centre wing position so far this year. So we'll just rank it off the most popular, as it's a solo potty today. And starting us off in number one, boy oh boy, Makasini. This bloke could be anything. He has been compared to Israel Folau, Stephen Crichton sort of build. And I don't know if you guys have watched the trials on the weekend, but if you haven't, do yourself a favour and watch Makasini's try. He had a great run and completely ran over Dylan Edwards. He is going to be incredible this year. I'm massive on him. I don't see how he doesn't get a spot in the back line. A bit stiff on Skelton and Taruva. I think Taruva will hold one wing and Makasini the other wing. But yeah, stiff on Skelton, but Makasini is incredible. I think he scored 100 Supercoach points on the weekend. He scored a hat-trick the weekend before. Even though they've got the bye in round one, he should absolutely be in your team. He could be the best cheapie this year. I really think he could be a keeper as well. The way he was playing and the talent he has, I am massive on him. Obviously, as a Tigers fan, I would love him, but I just hope we keep him because he could be anything. He's one of the future stars. So, massive on Makasini. You should definitely have him in your side. Number two there, Tessie Sue. Yeah, look, is a cheapie from the Dragons. Basement price. Can't complain. Sign him up. Number three, Latrell Mitchell. You got to have him in. I was been thinking about anti-potting him a little bit, but I just keep coming back to the fact that even though he doesn't have that work rate, he'll have a couple plays every game where he just gets a load of points. He also kicks for the Bunnies there, and the Bunnies are looking like they'll do a lot better this year. So yeah, look, I think goal kicking Latrell Mitchell back in centre should obviously not work rate there, but should get plenty of attacking stats this year. I think at 620k, line him up and lock him in for a good part of the year. I think there's good value there with him. Number four, Fanimi from the Titans. Yeah, look, another one I like. I think you should lock him in. So yeah, as you can see, my three bench centre wing cheapies at the moment are these three up here. And yeah, all because they're cheapies. They should have the wing spot. Obviously, TLT isn't out yet, so we can't really compare. But yeah, they should, I think, all three be starting and get their positions. And if they do, I think they're all very good options to get in Supercoach, and they should be using at least three of your positions. Herbie Farnworth, I had him last year. I had him in draft as well. Got him pretty late compared to him being first pick this year, but he's incredible. He gets it done. He's expensive. He's 825k. I've considered anti-potting him, but I think the Dolphins do well this year. Herbie just has it all. The talent, the base stats, the offload, the tackle bust. I like him, and I think he's worth paying up that 825k to not only lock him in for the year, but also he should hopefully be just consistent scoring, like 65 average at least. I think we can lock him in for at least a 65 average this year, and I know you might be paying up for him, but I think it's just worth it locking him in from the start so you don't have to worry about trades elsewhere. Number 6, Tommy Chester. So it's confirmed he's going to be starting around 1 and 2. for the Cowboys. Round 3, we're not sure where he fits in when old mate comes back from the suspension. So yeah, I'm not too keen on him. I think if he gets that round 3 position, you can look at him, and if players have been underperforming, you can maybe trade to him. Or if there's an injury in the Cowboys backline later on in the season, he could be a good opportunity. But to start the season with, I know he's going to play round 1 and 2. I know he should be alright, but the job security isn't there for me, and I'd rather not take a risk on him, and rather, if he does get selected in round 3, or if he gets that spot locked up for him, then go to him. So yeah, for that reason, I'm not a fan of starting with Tommy Chester. David Fale at 235k. I think you're just better off saving yourself the money and going for his teammate Tessie Sue out there on the other Dragons wings. So yeah, and I think you really should have gun centre wings apart from your benches. So obviously I've got the 3 cheapies, and then the 4 starters are pretty much guns because yeah, we saw with the new scoring changes, that's where points are going to be scored this year from centre wings, and so I think going big at your centre wings and second row, front row sort of forwards early is the way to play it this year, and so yeah, look, I don't think you need to overload your centre wing cheapies. Number 8, Brian I like it, 600k. There's some good little bit of value there. You know what you're getting. He's already has had a down year last year with the injuries and everything, but he's a tackle busting beast. He plays for the Panthers. The Panthers went to Jenkins' wing a lot last year. Could be To'o's year where it swings back to him, and if it does, and he gets involved, he will be definitely up there for the top points scoring centre wings. So, like him as an option, 600k. I'm not going there personally just because I think someone we'll get onto very shortly, but Crichton, I think he's a better option at the price, especially with the kicking at the Dogs, and switching centre positions with Bronson there. I think it bodes well for Crichton there. Number 9, Selwyn Cobbo, 20% owned. I think that's probably too high. 524k is value if he's at his best. However, he's pretty lazy. He's looking good in the preseason. I don't quite know where he lines up. If he gets that wing spot for the Dolphins or not. If he does, could be an option. We obviously know the Dolphins score points. I just think I'd prefer to go Herbie and just lock it in, play it safe. And if you got Herbie, I don't think you need to double up with Herbie and Cobbo. So yeah, look, he's an option, but yeah, someone I'm not looking at personally anymore. Purgy we've touched on in the 5'8" position. I've been talked into him. This is my latest team at this point in time. And yeah, Purdy's in there at 5'8", so yeah, like him as an option. Cody Ramsey, I don't think he gets the spot for the Roosters, but if he does, comes into contention. A lot of these cheapies sort of will be reassessed after TLT and round 1, and so that's why I'm just trying to get this preseason content out before TLT is around and upon us. Kale Iro, I'm a big fan of. So he was in my team all preseason. I've only just switched off him now that we know that Holmes is good to go. I just think Holmes with the goal kicking has a bit higher base and upside, but I love Kale Iro as a pick. Had him all last year, served me well, had him in draft as well. He's just so reliable and consistent with the base stats that offloads the tackle busting, and he plays in a good Sharks side that just gets points. So yeah, I do really like him as a pick. Karaz, I believe he's not starting the year. I think he's injured. And yeah, 750k, I wouldn't be starting with him. However, I'd like him as an option, but just because he's injured, not starting with him. Marky Mark, 735k. Look, his massive pod, he doesn't have that base, but he's got that massive upside as we saw last year. I think the Chookies do well this year. I think Marky does get the top try scoring. However, at 735k, I think it's just a little too expensive for what I'm looking or for what I'm paying for. But I'm sure he'll be up and around there. And if you like I think he's a good pod option there for sure. Certainly Marky. Warbrick on the cheaper end, 400k, injury affected season last year. Coates is out for the first 3 months of the year, so could get a bit of attack and an upside. Probably maxes out about 500k. Look, he's a decent mid-range pick. I think you pay up in centre wing though, and if you're not paying up, you may as well just go for those basement cheapies there. So not for me, but certainly an option there. Number 17, Asako, always an option, goal kicking winger for the Dolphins that gets plenty of tries. I think obviously he gets the top points for the year, and yeah, look, decent value at 609k. However, I just I like him, but I prefer Stephen Crichton, who's just below him. We've seen with Crichton his stats go up a little bit more with the new scoring system playing at centre. He's also switched centres um, from left side to right side, I believe, or from right side to left side. I can't remember which one. But yeah, he's switched sides to the good side and has the goal kicking duties locked in, as we've seen in the preseason, despite Burton being in the team. And I think the doggies just get better. Galvin's integration, surely they get better with him there. And I just like Crichton. He has that base stats. We see that all the tap on passes now. So they get awarded to the centres rather than the fullbacks. So if you're having that last pass at centre, it's very beneficial. And I just like Crichton as a pick this year. I think he's a good pod. And so yeah, Crichton's in my team currently. Casey McLean, I'm also a big fan of. 650k, we've seen his upside last season. He's only going to get better. He has great base stats. I like him as an option. Nick Meaney, 600k. I had him in last year. Brought him in when he was playing fullback. Killed it when he went back to centre. He kind of hurt me. He obviously has the goal kicking, but didn't do much at centre as opposed to fullback. And with Farlonger obviously playing fullback for the Storm, I think there's better options, and I would definitely go for Crichton over Meaney there. But in saying that, Meaney with the last pass now being the centre, could see an uptick in points there. James Walsh, 8%. Don't think he gets a spot in the Cowboys backline. Moses Leo, 235k. He certainly is an option. We've seen, obviously, Coach has been confirmed out for 3 months of the season, so there's an opportunity there on the wing. And if Leo gets it, I think his ownership will surge up in price. I think I would try and get him in if he does get named. I'll probably drop the I'll drop the Titans or the Dragons winger there for him, just because in a better Storm team, in a better system, should have more points there for him. Moving on to a couple more before I wrap up the video quickly. Campbell Graham, yeah, I like this a lot. I think I would go for Campbell Graham over Will Warbrick. Massive fan of Graham. We've obviously seen him move now out to the wing, outside Jack White, and we saw in the trials that wing actually got plenty of usage and plenty of attacks in that way, and Graham got a couple tries. So I actually like Campbell Graham as a pick there at 400k. Jalen DeGroot, not too interested in. Sam Stone Street, not too interested in at 500k. Could be a bit of value, but not for me. Val Holmes, he's certainly someone that is in my team. As I said, I was on Iro, but I've changed over to Holmes. Now we've had it confirmed that he's good to go for Vegas. He obviously has a kicking boot for the Dragons. He has those good base stats. He has a great work ethic. And with the change in point scoring centres, he hopefully sees a little uptick. He's obviously a premium price at 734k, but I think it warrants it paying up for him, especially for 30k more compared to an Iro. So obviously in a worse side, but has the kicks and is a focal point for their attack, whereas the Sharks have a bit more talent all throughout. So yeah, big fan of Holmes. I'm starting with him. Last couple now, Tamale. I like him as an option. I reckon he's a bit undervalued. I would be going Tamale over Cobbo. Great work rate, great ethic, tackle busting, offloading machine. Raiders side should get a few more tries. A few less tries this year. I don't think they do as well. And so, yeah, not an option for me, but I certainly like him. And then the last pick here that I'm certainly interested in and has been in my side all preseason and has just recently been moved on is Taylor May. I just can't. I need the players round one, and I don't want to play any cheapies on the bench. And because of that, I can't start with May. I love May as a super coach option this year. I think he's on for a massive season, and I'll be looking to bring him in. I think I really do want to start with him. It's just I don't want to start with any other cheapie centre wings in my round one side, and purely because of that, I think I can't start with Taylor and May. But I'm a massive fan on him, and yeah, very very interested in Taylor and May there. Let me know your thoughts down below on who you're looking at in the centre wing position for Supercoach 2026. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to join the leagues, and I'll see all you legends in the next one. Cheers, guys.